as I look back, I felt like some whoopings weren't very disciplinary. I think it was more of just taking out what the outside world was doing to them.
Don't say that. It hits.
Yeah, no,
Living life. Thank you, Mom, for the car.
yeah, she should have whooped his ass.
It was more like either do it or you're gonna get it. And I was like, dang.
For my parents, if you're crying, you're gonna get more beating. That's how it is.
Seriously.
Yes. If you don't stop crying, I'm gonna get a bigger belt.
They said, hey, I'm gonna give you a reason to cry.
That's what they said. Oh my God.
So the way you said a while ago, that gentle parenting doesn't work. Now we understand why our parents had to beat us when when we were kids, because that's the only time that we were going to listen and learn.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, That's it. This is it.
And go again.
Welcome to KANTO Series episode 2. I'm your host, Julius. These are my co-hosts from the last episode.
I'm Boy.
I'm Martin.
And Douglas.
Yeah, so today's episode is gonna be kind of rough to talk about it. Now that we're adults, I don't know if it's gonna be funny for others, but today's episode we're gonna be talking about how our parents discipline us and how we discipline our kids. Because Junior and I, we have kids, and how these guys will discipline their kids in the future.
There might be some childhood trauma coming out.
Yes.
You see some tears.
So
Excuse the tears.
I have a bunch of questions. So there's the first one. Listen. How would you describe your parents' approach to discipline when you were growing up?
So for me, going first, my parents growing up, they grew up back home in Samoa. So for their disciplinary action was very just abusive, not abusive, but
No, you whoop your ass back.
no, they whoop your, especially in school too, because they followed that old tradition back in UK, because that's who kind of took over the island of Samoa back home. So with the teachers, they would smack the hands of the students if you weren't listening or anything due to that fact. And it kind of took an effect, I believe, on my parents and how they were raised, especially with my dad and how his dad would pretty much abuse my grandma. And that kind of just affected the kids as well, because they see it as their mom and dad, the dad's hitting the mom, and especially for your dad, you see your dad hitting your mom.
Yeah.
It's just wow, that's okay. It's just like anything else. And so when they grow up and they start doing it, they think it's just out of love.
Normal.
Yeah, a normal thing
normal
for them to do.
So I don't blame my parents for how they raised, me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, going back to that whole school thing, I think it just does a lot, an effect on the kids' mindsets.
Yeah.
So if your parents went through all that, they think, well, we get disciplined this certain way here at school. If it bounds to have, if it happens at home, it's normal for us. It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that does. It's like a chain of what is it? A domino effect.
Domino effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just keeps going down, traditions and families and generations and stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah,
for Filipinos, man, I think I don't know if you would say it like a toxic trait, but you'll hear harsh things from your parents. I kind of understand why sometimes they say those things, because
Sometimes you want to say it. You're like, oh, it's about to slip.
trust me, sometimes I want to say it, but then again, I want to cut the how would you say it, where you want to stop the basically an act of violence towards your kids.
I hear a lot of cut that chain.
Yeah, there you go.
Cut
Cut the
that chain.
chains. That's
a lot of people say
the word I'm looking for.
generational
Yeah.
trauma.
Or generational curse.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that too. They want to break it, but it comes in various ways. But yeah, depending how you depict it, how you want to talk about it.
My parents definitely prioritize school, how important school with the family, and that's how they actually discipline me. even kept telling me to not, to not be friends with who they think is gonna be a bad influence.
Bad influence. Oh my God.
Yeah.
When we met Martin, he doesn't want to hang out with us.
Oh yeah. When I first got here from the Philippines, I didn't really actually started being friends with you guys, you, Julius, and Jethro, our producer, and I didn't really met James, when we got here, but at first I got second thought of like being friends with you guys because I thought you guys were like bad influence. So that's just how I grew up, and that's just how my parents, taught me growing up too. So
Yeah, and I see it as a safe part for the parents' part, just looking out for your kid, and trying to see the best for them too in the end part, because they don't really realize what goes on here in America, because it's so different here in America compared to back home, like how it is. It's just very old school back home. It's just like.
oh, yeah.
Yes, that I agree. 100%.
The cleaning, yeah, it's like the guys, you clean from the beginning of the day and like
It's just
go out
because,
there, look for food.
yeah, like here in America, it's normal. Well, it's not normal for you to hit your kids.
Yeah, no.
Because you got these kids dialing 911 on my parents hit me and that.
Damn, my
Yeah.
mom
I had
do not give a
CPS
damn.
called on my mom. Swear to God.
What?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah,
No way,
I had
no way.
CPS interview us. It was back in Long Beach. My sister got hit with me. We were just messing around as kids. My mom hit us with the belt, and my sister had a bruise on her arm, on her left arm. And we went to school that day. And I remember walking to the restroom. I was in second grade. She was in third grade. I walked to the restroom, and she's walking out of the office, and she's like telling me like they found out like.
Oh, maybe the teachers.
Yeah, no, the teacher seen it, and she was like, "Oh my God, like on a girl too." So they called CPS. They had CPS come to the house, interview us. Like my mom and all of us siblings were sitting in the room. It was crazy to experience that, but at the end of the day, we seen it as normal for us kids.
Oh yeah.
and every other kid,
especially our generation.
Yeah.
Sure, we see it like normally.
especially for minorities too. I think minorities. Not saying any bad thing.
Right
Oh
there,
yeah, so it was crazy. One of the craziest things.
Yeah,
I
for you guys,
remember
it's a
growing
normal
up in
thing, huh?
child. But yeah, like for us, it was normal. Like talking to the CPS lady and like the cops, it was just they didn't seem it as normal. But to us, it was just my mom just disciplining us.
Yeah,
It wasn't abuse. It was discipline
yeah.
because of what we did and the consequences. Because my mom and my dad don't know how to talk. Like they're very like quiet to themselves. So how they express it is through the hitting, because that's all they know. When you get mad and frustrated, you just got to take it out. And I understand now as a grown up too. Like with my nieces, sometimes I take care of them and they annoy the crap out of me. Yeah, and I'm just like, but I got to think at the end of the day, they're kids. So yeah.
Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know what CPS is
Child Protective Services.
Child
because back in
Protective
the
Services.
Philippines we don't even have that.
Yeah.
yeah, no.
So
Back home.
no one, even the teachers would see our bruises. No one would even.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
It's like, I know what happened back home.
Yeah, because for Filipinos, it's a natural thing to get hit. If you're hard headed, you don't listen. That's how they correct it, I guess. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this episode's gonna be funny. It's just turned like,
Deep,
bro. It is not funny
Sorry,
at
it was
all. I
crazy.
swear to God.
Our next topic is
Yeah.
money can buy happiness. So we're good.
'Cause- no. I'm not gonna lie. Look, I love my parents. I know why they did it. I mean, 3 boys. We don't freaking listen sometimes. They would tell us, don't play in the house. You're gonna break something if you keep dribbling the ball inside the house, and we don't listen. That's why we get hit.
Yeah.
But just talking about it brings me back to that to that moment where I get hit. I kind of like, it makes me emotional sometimes. Like, damn, when I got hit, I was sitting in a corner telling myself I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna pack my bags and go somewhere.
I'm a kid.
after they spank you,
No,
you go to your room. You try to like bang the door, but,
But you can't bang it. You
Nah,
just
but-
swing
Yeah.
it towards the end.
Nah, but see though,
Let's say, Paul, if you're in Samoa right now, you're probably the people over there are still doing the same thing, like
Yeah.
how they discipline their kids. Because
Oh, no, for sure.
if you go back home in the Philippines, I swear to God that how the Filipino parents disciplining their kids has been the same for
generations,
yes.
ages and years, and
Yes.
yeah.
I wonder if it's still the same. If Filipinos back in the Philippines are still getting spanked.
I think so.
As I look back, I felt like some whoopings weren't very disciplinary. I think
Yes.
it was more of just taking out what the outside world
Oh
was
my
doing
God! Don't say that. It hits.
to them. Yeah, no, I truly mean that
'cause-
because I go to work and I get frustrated, and then I realize like
It's
I
just
just go
how we-
home and just
How we take it out, sometimes we don't even know how to take it out.
Right. No, but I just, like for me, like I understand like why my dad did what he did. When he got home and like he'll just get easily mad. And like it's just like
For no reason.
yeah, for no reason. Then we as kids we're like, oh man, dad's always mad. But in reality, we didn't know what dad was going through, at
Something.
work and like the sacrifice he had to pull through. So and I see that because when like I said, for me, my instance, as I grow up, I go to work and some people piss me off at work. And I can't take it out on them. So when I go home, it's the people that you love.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you realize it's like, oh, they love me. So if I like just hurt them a little bit, they'll eventually come back. They'll forget about it. 'Cause that's what people, you love. It's just like you just do anything. No, you're good, dude.
But now, look, since you said that your dad used to do that,
Yeah,
now you're starting to realize what it does too. That's the thing, like it gets passed on.
yeah. No, and I don't. Yeah, for me, I don't take that anger from work and take it out on people I love because I realize that I'm like, damn, dude, like that's so shitty. Like to go home and
That
like,
is wrong. Yeah.
it's just like the people that you
'Cause,
really love.
yeah.
They're like they don't even. It's just a little.
It's not their
thing.
fault.
Yeah, it's not their fault. They probably
'Cause,
messed
yeah,
around.
like I said, that whatever energies you're how do you say it when you're trying to like the energy that you give out.
There's
aura.
a word for it. No.
Yeah, there's
word for
a
it.
word for it. So basically, whatever energy you give out, most of the
No, not presence.
not
But there's a
present,
word
but just
for it.
the energy that you give out most of the time when you take it home, that's what your family absorb. So if you come home in a good mood, your family's gonna be in good mood.
Right.
And if you're in a bad mood, most of the time your kids will not approach you.
Like, all right,
Yeah.
time to go to my room.
Yeah, and it spreads
Mm-hmm.
spreads to the whole family.
Right.
So now, like we're at the age where we finally understand why they discipline us the way they discipline
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Because then, especially you, Julius and Junior. Now you guys are like dads. Now you guys
It
finally
True.
understand why they.
it kind of hits
Yeah.
because sometimes, oh my God, this episode's supposed to be funny, like how our parents.
No, it's okay,
discipline
dude.
us.
No, let's get it out of the way. The trauma and everything like that. Let's get it out of the way. And
Yeah,
then-
because the way he said it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a perfect dad,
Right.
but sometimes if let's say I'm having a bad day at work, I would take it on my kids.
It's understandable
Yeah,
too.
because
You can't
like I said, I'm
be
not
harsh on
yeah.
yourself.
I'm not perfect, but sometimes I will get frustrated, even though it's not their fault. Let's say they just want to like play with me, talk to me, or like hug me. But man, why did we talk about this?
No, seriously.
Yeah,
Get
'cause-
my beers also.
Hey, he just sits on the couch. He's in that position. They just give him his beer, take off his shoes. He's like, all right, now I'm watching my show.
I sure come massage for you.
I'm not gonna lie, because it hits different when you have kids. And
No, it does. 'Cause
like you say, you're trying to cut the what do
the
you
curse, the chain.
yeah,
trauma,
the chain,
yeah.
the curves, but you still do it. I mean, I'm trying my best to like just be patient. They're kids; they don't know anything, but it's hard. I'm trying to be the best that I could be, but I'm not gonna lie, it's hard.
No, and it is hard, especially with kids and when they're like super young, because like us, we have, I mean, we can't say babies, they're toddlers, but still they're running around, always wanting to play with you, and sometimes like, yeah, you just get home and you're just like, dang, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I just want to take a nap, or I just want to have some time alone for myself. But then again, like even like no, normally, of course, like we just talk about us, like, oh yeah, we have kids, but then it's like the moms. You have to think about the moms, like the moms.
your significant
Like
other.
in my situation, my wife is home 24/7 with the kids,
Correct.
so she wants like, yeah, hey, at least give me a breather.
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of like sometimes like I put it in my head like, hey, you got to give her a breather too. Like get home, try to help out or play with the kids, let her have her own time. But the whole like disciplining part, in my opinion, I don't think it especially like with us having kids, I don't think it gets to that point where like, because nowadays it's been going a whole, I mean, I can't say it's a trend, but it's been this whole gentle parenting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, sometimes I watch
Sometimes
videos
word doesn't work, huh?
and it don't, bro. Like I watch parents try this gentle parenting stuff and the kids just do whatever they want. I'm like, that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, and then that's what
yeah,
I'm
because
saying.
the kids thinks that my dad didn't do anything. That means I'm not in trouble.
Yep. And like I said, I've tried it. I've gotten like a lot better on how I discipline my kids because I'm gonna tell you guys up front, like with my daughter, which is her being the oldest, she would get like a spanking more than my boys, because her being the oldest. But then my wife talked to me like, hey, you got to calm down on that. I'm not saying don't spank her at all, but you got to learn when to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it just came to that point where same thing, coming back from the way my dad was with me, because in my family, it was my dad. My dad, hey, let me handle the discipline.
Yeah, they call it tough love, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And it's true, because I tell a lot of people is I am the man I am today because of God and because of my parents. But my dad was the one that was tough.
Yes, sir.
He was tough on me for sure.
And that's what I'm saying. That now we're at that age where we finally understand.
Yes.
Why they, like I said, why they discipline us the way they discipline us.
'Cause-
So going back to your topic a while ago, I forgot.
It's crazy because this is the first time we talk. Well, this is not the first time we talk about it, but this is the first time I talk about it. So when I tell my like my friends, oh yeah, I got my ass whooped, it was nothing. But now that I'm talking about it, like you said, Martin, I'm starting to realize, damn, there's some like
childhood
F
trauma there.
things that they did to us.
Yeah, like I
That-
said, and the way you said a while ago, that gentle parenting doesn't work. Now we understand why our parents had to beat us when when we were kids, because that's the only time that we were going to listen and learn. But with this generation right now, like Junior said, gentle parenting doesn't work, because at some point you have to, but you literally have no choice but to beat your kid.
No, and I mean, props to those parents that could do it. There's
Yes.
parents out there that know how to
'Cause-
gentle parent.
Yeah.
I mean, like a second language learner, the way I see on the internet, some like white parents, they know how to say it like in a really nice way. But like as a second language learner, I only know like the basic way, that like the most basic way to say it. Because I see it on like what do you call it, like Instagram videos, like, oh, this is how you discipline your kids, by saying, instead of like, don't be sorry, do better, you're gonna say it in a different way, like a really nice way, so for them to understand it. I'm not there because our English is very limited. It's not like I was born here to the point I learn every words. So that's where I'm kind of struggling too. But I know I'll do better because my kid's still young. I'm still young. Hopefully it gets better over time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes, because even with me, like what I see that my parents didn't do with me was, even when I'm upset with my kids, I'm like, please stop doing this. Please stop doing. Like I plead with them. I'm using manners with them. Like, please do this. Thank you for doing that. And I think that's helped me a lot, like calm down with them, because it's gotten to a point where even I'm like, I told you 3 times, please, 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 and you still don't want to do it. So now that I have to discipline you, this is the reason why. And with my dad, because you guys know my dad's a strict man.
Yes, he is.
When I was younger, it was more like,
cuss.
yeah, exactly. Even with you guys, he gets serious.
Yeah, even at work.
Yeah, so it's like with us, like especially with me, it was more like either do it or you're gonna get it. And I was like, dang, like all right.
No, seriously, yeah.
So there was times where it was like that, but like even going back to like how when you said like he was 12 years old and he wanted to run away, I did that. I think I was like 8, and I full on wrote a whole letter to my mom, and I put a knife and I put a walkie-talkie in my backpack, and I was like, this is the day I'm leaving, and this and that.
No way.
Yeah, and my mom found it, and she like looked at it and she started laughing, and I was like, I'm gonna do it, and this and that. She's like, oh yeah, okay, try it.
Yeah, my
that's
parents
what
said
you
the
really
same
wanna do,
thing. Yeah.
try it. And I was like, watch, you're gonna see I'm gonna do it. And of course, I didn't end up doing it, but I remember when it came to that, like I said, my dad was the whole disciplining part, and my mom was like, I told you this many times, I'm gonna take it over, or your dad's gonna take it over. Because my mom, she didn't know how to discipline. And it's not because like she didn't want to get in it. It's because she just didn't know how. Like even when she did discipline me the first and last time, she made me bend down or not bend, like get on my knees, take off my shirt, and she freaking smacked me in the back with the belt.
See, that's
brutal. But
yeah.
like the stories that I hear from them, and I talk about it because like, of course, I've moved on. That was when I was a kid. But stories I hear from them, my dad would get beatings with the broom. My mom would get beatings with the
whatever their parents get
exactly.
their hands on.
Yeah, and then
whatever close to them. Yeah.
Yeah, see, and no, my parents weren't like that. Like my mom, I said, she disciplined me that one and only time, did it wrong. My dad came home, told her like, hey, you shouldn't be hitting him like that because that's not right. And then he hit me, but it was always like on my bottom, like, hey, 2 more and that's it.
Yeah, because for us, it's our mom that disciplined us. And because my dad always working, but we're scared of our dad. Because since my mom always whoop our asses, so like it's a normal thing, whoop our asses. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care. Let's get over with.
Let's get her done.
Yeah, but
Waiting for me outside, my friends.
but with my dad, since I guess you can say he does it like once in a blue moon, but it's scary when he does it. It's really, really scary. That's why when my mom gets mad, all right, but when my dad gets mad, you sit down and listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even say anything back.
Yep.
Yeah, with me it's definitely my dad for sure. Definitely my dad. My mom. No, it's definitely my dad because like I don't even the only time that I could think of that I like got a heart beating from my mom was like she told us to get inside the house, but we weren't listening. So what she did is she locked the door.
And
right?
you guys were outside for
And
a
we were
long
outside,
time. Oh my
right?
God.
And then my oldest brother told me to
Climb over the fence.
No, climb in the window, and I did. And right when I got in, my mom was there standing,
Waiting at you
Like the big old monster.
Yeah, I was so scared, bro. Like I said, my mom was there standing, looking with the. And then right when I got in, and then I got up, she was already holding the belt. I got the leather belt, but my oldest brother got the metal. Got the metal part.
The metal part.
Heck yeah.
Oh.
That was the only time that I could think of from my mom. With my dad, it's like way worse.
Yes.
I was like, a metal belt? There's a metal belt out there?
No,
Because
the
it's
metal
on my
like,
edge.
yeah,
so
straight up
some of
metal.
Yeah, some of them gets the leather,
Yeah.
and if they get really frustrated, they do the end one, like where you buckle your belt.
Yeah.
Oh hell no. Yeah, with my dad, the only time, like I said, it was worse. We literally had to be butt down naked, and he literally grabbed the first stick that he could see. That's when he started beating us, bro. Butt ass naked,
Yeah.
literally. It's yeah.
Just one time, because my mom told us, okay, when you guys come home from school, put away your shoes nicely, put away your bags wherever they belong, and your clothes in a dirty spot. Man, we did not listen. We throw everywhere. Oh, let's go out, change. Let's go play outside. So what she did, well, it's an old way for Filipinos to discipline your kid. So what she did, what do they call it? Like the mungo, like bean sprout, like little beans, mungo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the bean sprout. They put it on the floor, so they're like tiny bowls. You have to kneel on it. You have to. So while you're kneeling on the bean sprout, you're gonna have your hands spread like this. So I have my bag that I don't put away, and the shoes that I don't put away. For how long was it? Because Jethro and I did it. My younger brother, the middle one. We did it for like what, 30 minutes?
Oh hell.
Look, I'm gonna show it in the camera. It looks like this. Or like this. Kneeling down like this for 30 minutes.
Jeez.
But
Your knees are touching those.
yeah, your knees isn't on the flat surface.
Yeah, it's on the sprouts, the beans.
Yeah, you feel that digging. And
He's like, Mom, please no more, Mom.
Adding to that, the ground is not as smooth as like how your
Like,
garage
yeah.
is like as smooth as like the road.
yes,
So
like the
not
asphalt.
only you're crawling through that bean sprout, you're also crawling with that an even surface.
Yeah, but that's an old way to discipline a kid. And after she did that, we stopped doing it. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna do this thing again, man. That 30 minutes felt like what, a day, 2 weeks, I don't know, but I was suffering. So now, this funny episode, I have another question.
No, for seriously though, like before we move on, I'm really glad. We grew up the way we grew up.
Yeah.
The discipline, because then now, like I said, we're at the age where we finally understand why they had to do it.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we could finally.
To be honest, I thought I don't have like trauma. Now that we're talking about it, damn, yeah, it's I had some.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's because when you speak loud about it, then you like first you're like going off one topic, and then you're like, oh yeah, this happened. Wait, now this happened. Oh dang, no, looking
seriously,
back,
yeah.
this happened. But it's like even going back to what he just said, like you wanna like you wanna what's it called? Like for that you say, oh, my dad's on his way home. I'm just gonna go to my room so he won't pick on me or he won't tell me anything. So it's like, all right, whatever. But now, like us being parents, I wouldn't want that for my kids. Like, I wouldn't want my kids like, dang, my dad's on his way home. I want to go to my room so he won't tell me anything or he won't be going off on me for no reason. And that's where it gets to, like, even today with my parents or my dad. Sometimes he's like, oh, you guys don't even call.
Well, you're basically answering my question already.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because
okay.
the question is, looking back, do you think your parents' way of disciplining you helped shape who you are today?
Oh, okay.
Heck yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Because so going back to what Poi talked about a while ago, the way we got disciplined, now looking at the younger generation, they don't listen. Now we finally understand, they
That's why they did it.
yeah, that's why they did it, because this younger generation don't even listen to their parents. That's why they
don't even listen to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Because us growing up, as like Filipinos, we learned that we can't talk back to any elders. It don't matter if it's blood, neighbor, random person. You can't talk back to an elder person.
Even if they're belittling you.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're talking crap
Turn the
about you.
cheek. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
They're talking
Yes.
crap
That's
about
what my
you.
mom always told me. Just turn your cheek. I was like, Mama, I don't know
Yep.
why you do that.
Yeah,
Just-
that's
I get
hard,
more
bro.
mad at my
Just-
mom.
yeah.
That's
Hard.
They'll tell you turn your cheek. I mean, I can't just take it. Well, just turn the other one.
Yeah, because from my own instance, how I would raise my kids is like respect people when they respect you too,
Mm-hmm.
but always give the respect first and see, like just always exchanging that.
Oh yeah, because this generation is, if you show me respect, I'll respect you.
Yeah.
But I feel like in our culture, it's different.
Yeah.
You don't, as an elder, even though I don't show you respect, you still gotta respect me.
Yeah. No matter if I don't like you or not, I'll still
Yes.
go up to you and be like, you know, like.
Do you think that's toxic?
Yeah, in a way it is, because
So do you think it's bad?
it's
Oh, it's hard.
it's tough.
Yes.
Because in a way you just, I don't know, it's so hard.
Yes. How about you?
Me?
Both of you. What do you think?
Wait, what was the question again?
So, so this generation, if you show me respect, I show you respect. But in Filipino culture, culture, I don't know about like
okay, I get it now.
Salvadorian culture.
No, well, I feel like Hispanics in general are like that.
Oh,
Like
okay, yeah.
they say it.
So our culture, if you're an elder, we're gonna show you respect. If you don't show us respect, we're still gonna show you respect.
Yeah, that's
I-
tough.
If you do,
That's
if you like disrespect us, like tell us like bad things, we still have to respect you. Because in our culture, if you say something back to like elders, it's
bad.
frowned upon, I guess.
No, I don't know. Like, I think I was raised that way. We're like, oh, even if they're belittling you or they're disrespecting you, you still got to show respect. But as I got older, I was like, yeah,
Yes,
that's
as you
not
get,
me.
yes.
Yeah, I'm like that is not me, because how is it that okay, so the way I see is, all right, yes, give respect to people, but if they don't give you that respect back, all right, that's it. You drew the line. I was trying to respect you. I was trying to be
kind, yeah.
be kind to you, be nice, but you decided to go a different route. So now I'm going that different route. But like, even because that's what I want to show my kids too. Like, I want to show my kids, like, hey, be respectful, have manners. But if you feel or you hear that they're not respectful towards you, hey, match their attitude. Don't turn your cheek, because then they think, oh, I can walk all over this person.
Yeah.
But like with our last episode, that was one of my biggest resolutions too, was showing kindness, and when someone doesn't give it back, I still show it. Because they always, what I learned was
Like kill
that
them
it's
with
going,
kindness.
yeah, it's killing with kindness, but not only that, that person's going through something. For them to act that way.
It's like a saying, if they throw a rock at you, throw bread at them.
Yeah, in a way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get it.
because you don't want someone to change who you are because of
Change
the
your
way they are.
attitude, change your
Yeah.
personality.
And it's like, dude, people are going through shit, and so I have to show that empathy part of like the understanding of like, man, they're probably, they lost somebody, or they
that's
lost their car.
That's
They're-
why they act
yeah,
that type
they don't
of
have
way.
no job, and they're just like struggling and
so
stuff.
so when they take their frustration out to you, you just understand it. You just
I
they
understand
just
that
let
it's
it be, you know?
not me, it's them.
Yeah, because then
Well, I feel like it goes back to our the way we talk about it. I think it goes back to our parents, since the way you're like you said, your father's taking their frustration.
Yeah, the frustration. Yeah,
and you
'cause
you
from
kind of
what-
understand it from the other people, even though they're not your dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm like, that's how my dad acted. So, you know what? Since I've been getting it since I was a kid, I know how to
yeah,
to
It's
like approach it or act whenever I get it.
yeah. And it's such a.
It makes
crazy
sense now.
thing.
Now you're saying it.
Yeah, it's just having empathy for others. It's because the world we live in is so harsh, and we don't know what
Exactly.
people are going through. So it's just like, man, we just gotta just be, like it's
Yeah,
just
that's
that's
try to
all
be
it
better.
is. Yeah, just try to be better,
Yeah,
and then just being conscious of it too.
yeah,
And
that's
that's
what,
the best part about
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Like that's a great like thing to go off of, because it is better to be like that. Even how we were talking about in the first episode that like my biggest resolution would be to have a closer relationship to God.
Yeah,
Hey, let's say that, like, let's put yourself, I'm not saying put yourself in God's position, but God wasn't one where you're like, oh, you want to treat me like crap? I'm
yeah.
gonna treat you like crap
I would say
too.
in Jesus' position, because
Yeah,
he actually
exactly,
was
yeah.
the one that came to earth.
Yep,
If
exactly,
we read the
yeah.
Bible, yeah.
Yep.
And that man was treated bad, but this dude literally was still kind to people.
Yep.
Even when he was put on the cross, the dude was still you know.
He even said it too.
Yeah.
He said the dude. He said that.
He was the dude. That's the dude right there, bro. That's the G, bro.
That's Jesus. Us, we have limits. We have limits.
Yeah, but if you want that closer relationship to God, God and Jesus are one person.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want that relationship and you want to be it, how can I say, get closer to him and have that image of him, you, even though you, because I completely agree with you. You're like, yes, Jesus was a whole different person.
The word out there is rough.
Yes, but then again, that's why he did what he did. He came down to earth, died for our sins, for us to have basically the decision of
free will.
Yeah, free will. Like, all right, hey, I want you to be like me. I want you. How am I trying to say this? Basically, like, I want you in my image, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
I gave you free will. That's completely up to you. That's how when Julia says, like, oh yeah, like that's Jesus. Like, yeah, that's true. Like, man, it's hard. It's tough, especially with some people that they just keep pushing those buttons, and you're just like, bro, I'm trying to avoid this, but you just keep coming. Like, that's tough.
And that's where it just goes to part of us being human and understanding that we all make mistakes, like how you said with coming home and taking it out on Zaza and Astrid. You know, and eventually they'll understand too as they grow older, because they'll see it like how we see it, you know, going to work. And like how my mom and dad always told me was, you'll never understand it until it's there in front of your face.
Oh my God.
And I've never been like kicked in the nuts with that damn thing. And I'm just like, man, I finally understand what they said.
Yeah.
With everything in life, you know how hard it is, and like with money and like saving, you know, just anything, and how you carry yourself in this world.
Yeah, but you know what though? When parents say that, I get it. Like the money wise, going to money wise, like I'm like, yeah, you guys say like, oh, it was easy for me to save up money in this, sense and that. I tell them, nah, y'all were living in different times. And you're like my mom was working at McDonald's and stuff. She would tell me, yeah, hamburger was only 10 cents.
Yeah.
That's a whole different time. That's a whole different time. Now I want a burger is $5.
Yeah. A meal is
it's
like almost
different.
$15.
Yeah,
dude.
that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to like money, I'm like, all right. Because even like my dad has told me like, oh, by the age of 22, I had my own house. Yeah, but how much was it? It wasn't
hella cheap. Yeah.
And I wish my parents understood that. Like with time changing, everything else changes too. Because what they didn't understand was like they just kept that culture with them, and it was just like that culture will eventually die.
Yeah.
And
then a new one will come.
Yeah,
up
the
and
new
keep
one
going.
is gonna be the one that rolls over. And if you're still stuck with the old one, you're gonna get rolled over with it.
See, Mom and Dad, we're not calling you out.
Nah, mom and
I
dad,
love you
this
guys.
is your fault. That's the reason. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, mom and dad.
No, we're not calling you out. We love you. We know why you guys did it, you know, that way. You know, we turn out more than okay. Like
a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Slightly. 1% is better, you know? But yeah, we're not calling you out. I'm just trying to say that. Just trying to put it out there. We're not calling you out.
Right.
Because to be honest, I thought this episode was going to be full of laughter, how our parents discipline us.
It just
But-
went deep.
Just
But
went
yes,
straight deep.
but now hearing it out loud and speaking it, you know, out loud, it hits different.
And it's the same for them too. Because they probably went through their own childhood trauma, have never
Yeah,
talked about
they
it.
never talk about
they,
it.
they talk about it and they're like, dang, I did go through all this. Like, oh, damn, I did have this trauma that I've never talked about.
Yeah.
So it hits them too.
And that's one thing I'm glad about with the time that we're in, with the whole social media and the internet, and with my mom and dad being on it now, especially with TikTok. It's crazy because now they see it with other people, and now they realize it. And it's just like, man, that's such a cool thing to see. You know, like the full turnaround with my parents.
Yeah.
Because my mom and dad stopped hitting us. They stopped disciplining us like around, I would say, when I was about 14, 15. That's when my parents just finally just quit it. Because
Yeah,
then they
like,
finally start
You're
talking to us.
growing it up.
Yeah, and then like if we do something bad, my mom and dad will just let us go through it because they know that we have to go through it. And that's one thing I loved about it, because like when I got pulled over when I was like 17 for weed, and I was about to get arrested. I'm being serious. I almost lost one. I was glad because I was pretty good at football, so I had a college scholarship in the line, so that's what kind of saved me. But my parents didn't hit me. My dad didn't do the talk with me. He just let me go through it. Like I did the court, I did the service, the community service. And so like that was one of the biggest things, was just letting me, become who I was.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna hold your hand.
Yeah.
You're gonna
He
do
just
it by
finally
yourself.
understood like he had to go through it. Like he had to learn some way. Cause I'm such a hard hit kid. So, if
I think everybody is.
if I want to
this
do
room,
something,
yeah.
I'm gonna do it. And if I get hurt, I get hurt.
Yeah, and that's true. We all go through that phase. Like my dad, he was more like, "Oh, I don't want you to go through this because I went through it."
Yeah.
But then I would tell him, but then again, then I'm not gonna learn.
Yeah.
Like if I want to learn the hard way, let me learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And it's not because you screwed up; it's because I'm stubborn, hard headed. Let me learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And he finally realized, like, yeah, you're right. You do what you want to do then.
Yeah.
And you'll learn if it's good or bad.
And that's one thing I want to take on to the future when I have kids, is just not letting them free with the free will,
Yeah.
but just, just talking them through it, letting them know that I've been through it, and that, some, if they don't listen, they don't listen, and just letting them go through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
So you're more on gentle parent.
not gentle parenting, because I don't believe in that.
You'll be like, hey, if the word doesn't work, you already know what's coming.
I'm gonna have my son beat me up, man. Nah.
Well, that's the next question. Do you think you'll follow a similar approach to your parents, or do you plan to do things differently?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh man.
Okay. For your future kids, how will you discipline them?
Jeez, you guys gotta get back to me because I could
It's
not.
okay. I'll go. So what was it?
So the question is, do you think you'll follow a similar approach to your parents, or do you plan to do things differently?
No, I for sure plan on doing things differently. But at the same time, I got to understand that.
Sometimes tough love.
Yeah.
Works.
It works because tough times create tough people, and like
Yes.
soft times create soft people.
Yes.
And so I just realized that I got to be there for them, but at the same time, let them do their
Yeah.
thing too.
Because for me, I think it's going to be like 50-50,
Yeah.
like the gentle parenting and like 50% tough love. Like I said, if the gentle parenting doesn't work, that's when, tough love got to kicks in.
That's on the what is it? The foot comes down.
Yeah,
Yes.
Put the foot down.
I mean, I'm telling you now, for the fourth time, the fifth time, you already know what's coming.
And even then, we're still doing better than our parents. Like I
Yes.
said, hey, mom, dad, I love you guys. But even then, it was only once or twice. That
Yes.
second time, they're already coming at you
Like,
like,
yeah,
all right,
like-
you're done.
I'm telling you, for the third time, go down the stairs, or you're gonna get hurt. You guys don't play on the stairs.
Yep.
Third time, fourth time, same thing. Fifth time, okay, tough love, baby, come here.
Yep. Yeah, because like especially with that, like even you guys might see me or hear it sometimes, but like with my kids, like if they're doing something super dangerous like that, like playing on the stairs, I'll tell them like, yo, calm down. Like you guys need to get down, and they'll still be. Then I'll go up there and grab them. This is why I'm bringing you guys down. You guys can fall from all the way up there.
Right.
But let's say like, for an example, they go to a park and they're on a slide. They're going up and down the slide, like not the proper way, like up the slide.
Yeah, like climbing.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell them, don't do that, because if you slip, you're gonna fall face first. They do a 4 or 5 time, boom, they hit their face. That's what you get. I told you.
Yeah.
I told you that was a consequence, right? So then I feel like that, because sometimes I feel like people don't agree with that, but I think it helps the kids learn.
No,
a
it
lot.
truly helps the kid.
Yeah, because it's like you're doing it, and I've told you multiple times,
Yeah.
don't do it. So now you learned.
That's, I don't know if my daughters understand me, but that's what I tell them. Like, I'm telling you these things because I want you to do it. No, I want you to do it for your own safe. It's not because I don't want you to do that, this and that.
I want to pick on you.
Yeah, I want to pick on you. I'm doing it for a reason. Because if you get hurt, we might end up in the hospital or you somewhere getting stitched up. So that's what I tell them.
Yep.
You, Martin, and your for future kids.
He's writing it down. Let him
I'm
be.
writing
Let
it
him
down
be.
because
But
so what I'm getting from you guys is
I think it's for junior, you gotta learn it your way. If you don't listen, you'll find it the hard way.
and what I'm getting from you, Jules,
I'm-
and from Junior is like you guys are on a strict side, but you guys are still letting your kids do whatever they want to do.
Yes.
Right. And what I notice also is like you guys have patience, unlike our parents. They don't have patience, right?
Yes.
They didn't have patience with us.
Maybe more patience than our parents, but my patience sometimes runs a little low.
No, because you said that you're gonna let your kids do it for like 3, 4, 5 times.
Yes.
And same with you too, right? So you guys are being open to your kids, like whatever they want to do, but then at the same time, once they hit that limit, you
Yes.
guys gotta have to.
That's when I step up. Like tough love comes in.
And with our parents, they didn't want that. They would
That
really
one time you gotta
one
listen
time
right
and
away.
That's it, right? So that's what I also want to incorporate when my girl and I have kids in the future. Definitely, we're not gonna discipline our kids the way our parents discipline us. We're for sure gonna let them, do whatever they want, do
And learn
what
things the
kids
hard
do,
way.
what kids, babies, toddlers do, so that they have like actually memories when they're young, and just be patient for sure,
Yeah.
and also the fact that sure we're parents, we're not gonna. Our worries is for sure gonna be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, like, kind of like what you said a while ago, like if they're playing in the park, you gotta let them play fully,
Yes,
play openly.
Yeah, because when my kids get hurt, I'm like, okay. This is how I approach it. So let's say my kids fell somewhere, get hurt. I'm like, okay, just cry it out. Just keep crying, and when you're ready, talk to me. And if you want to go home, then we'll go home. If you know, go back and play with them again, then we'll do it. So that's how I do it.
And see,
Because, oh my God, I think that's one thing our parents didn't consider, our emotion.
and
Oh
so-
my God, because for them, you
I
guys.
don't think our parents understood what emotions was.
Oh, true.
I don't think they knew what emotions was.
know what that word
They're like, angry? I don't know. I just want to hit something. I'm sad. I'm crying. I don't know. This is crying.
angry, what
that's
is that?
everywhere.
Beating? Oh yeah, sure, I'll do that to
I'm
you.
smiling. I think I'm happy.
No, but that's
angry?
everywhere
No.
though. That's every like culture, just anything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like back in because there's still parents that are like that now, but it's like a lot of people don't validate the kids' emotions,
Right.
and it's because we went through that. Like,
Yes.
my
'Cause-
parents didn't give a damn if I was sad or happy. Like,
Yes,
hey,
if
hurry
you-
up, go do what you got to do.
If you're sad, you still have to deal with this, do that.
Me too. So,
Yeah.
You're gonna talk about like emotions, huh?
Yes.
Like that's where you're gonna try.
I consider my kids' emotion, even though they're kids. I mean, they cry. They when they get hurt, they cry. When they're sad, they're quiet. So there's emotion, even though they're kids. For my parents, if you're crying, you're gonna get more beating. That's how it is.
Seriously.
Yes. If you don't stop crying, I'm gonna get a bigger belt.
They said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a reason to cry."
That's what they said. Oh my God.
So like us, when we were all kids, when we fall, when we trip,
I swear to God, I'm not expecting this episode to be this long. Because I think it's been more than an hour. But
Is it, Jethro?
there's a lot
It
of things
doesn't
to
feel
talk
like an
about.
hour.
So yeah, going back, when we were kids, when we fall, our parents will make a big deal out of it, right?
Yeah, like I told you, don't run.
Yeah, I told you don't run, and then when you guys as kids, when they fall, you guys turn around like nothing happened, right?
Yeah.
You guys don't even want them to cry.
Yeah.
Well, now it's even our parents that do that. Like, if anything, I told my parents, like, hey, let him be. He's going to get up. No, go pick him up. No, leave him. If that were me, you'd have been like, get up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Get on your feet. In general, so, they didn't do that with me.
Yes.
Like, damn, that hurts.
Seeing it through your own eyes is the toughest.
And then again, like, and sometimes it might sound selfish in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, they didn't do that with me, but they're doing it with my kid. Some people would be like, okay, but at least be grateful that they're doing it with your kids. Because there's been instance, and I don't even want to talk deep about it, but where like grandparents don't give a damn about their grandchildren.
Yes.
I think that sucks. Like, that definitely sucks. So it's like I said, it's a pick or choose which battle you want to take, win or lose. So
The other thing that I want to incorporate teaching my kids is definitely opening up to us, because we're all boys here. You know, we're all guys here. We never had a chance to open up to our parents. Right? Because just like you said, boy, they set our emotions aside, right?
They don't validate our feelings.
They didn't even validate it. They're just like, oh, cry it out. You'll be a man, you know, tough it out. You know. So my girl and I talk about it. If I told her, if our kids are gonna open up to us, you better make sure that we're both there, so that our kids know that
it's a safe environment.
It's a safe environment. Yep, there you go. That she is definitely more than okay to open up to us, no matter what the topic is.
Yeah, you said she. You want a girl?
No. No, I'm saying she, like my girl and I. Because when our kids like wanted to open up, you know, they can talk about anything.
Yeah, right? I think, and it is tough with daughters most of all. It's like, it's especially because they're gonna go through that stage where they go through their period and stuff like that, and they act like their emotions get big, and you're just like, damn, I'm really going through this right now.
I think this should be in another episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Because I believe that's when the mother steps in.
Yeah. Because I feel like this is a good episode for like
childhood trauma.
Because it's like
safe place. Would you ever call your house a safe place?
Because it's kind of like for your son, if he was like asking like, "Oh, Dad, what's sex?" And it's just like the dad has to explain that, not the mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about it. Because I got a lot of things to talk about this.
That's another topic.
Yes or no?
Episode.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel your house was a safe place to like talk about things? No.
I don't believe I had any safe place.
My
mind was my safe place.
Well, because
for me, definitely no.
No.
In terms of opening my emotions to my parents, it's a safe place because there's a food on the table.
Yeah.
You know, my dad provided whatever we needed, and my mom took care of me and my other siblings. That's my way of like saying it's a safe place. But when it comes to like my emotions,
okay, just yes or no, because
oh
my god,
sorry. So
keep going.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, emotional safe place. No, my house was not that. Definitely wasn't. Soccer was. That's where I would let everything out.
Yeah.
But not at home. Like I could not talk about my emotions. And it wasn't, I think it was just more the same thing like, oh, are they even going to validate it? So what's the whole point?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yeah. And it's a good trait to have though too. Cause then you realize like no matter the bullshit, you gotta keep doing what you gotta do. Yeah. As you grow older, you're like, man, if I'm, like, I believe it creates the person who you will be. Because I always think about losing my parents all the time. I don't know what it is about me, but I think about that. And then I got to realize, like, so many people are so, they become weak. Like, not weak, but they become this person that just can't handle life. And it sucks to see. And I'm just like, man, I got to realize one day I will lose them, but I got to, take advantage of the time now and just kind of appreciate it. So, yeah.
It always goes back to that.
Yeah. Goes back to everything, man.
This is.
We're all one. We're all connected to God. I'm just kidding.
This is a good episode.
We are one.
This is
It's
definitely
the
a
whole
good.
circle of life.
Yeah, it is.
No,
It is a
seriously.
good
It's a
episode.
good episode. We're definitely gonna have a part 2.
Well, all right. I mean, we're towards the end already.
Man, we were going at it, bro.
Yeah.
It was a good episode, man.
I just want to say, oh my God,
I'm about to go home and like just straight talk to myself for a little bit. I'm like, man, I should have said this and that. I just start writing, bro. Just start writing.
Man,
I should have never said that.
so I picked this episode because I thought it wasn't gonna be like sensitive or too deep. Because I gave them a couple choices and they said the other two is kind of deep, kind of like a sensitive topic. But
Yeah, I did not even think it was gonna be these.
yeah, I did not think that it was gonna be like this deep, like to the point where we're talking about childhood trauma. But
But it's a good deep.
Yeah,
because
but-
it needs to be surface level. It needs
Yes.
to a point where people need to start talking about
yeah,
stuff like this.
that's what I want to say.
yeah.
It's all right to talk about your childhood dramas, like to other people, the one you're close with, but just tell it out loud. It makes you like I didn't know I was carrying it this whole time
Until now.
until now. Like I kind
Yeah,
of feel
that's
that
funny.
like relief. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
now I'm okay. I see why my parents did it. So yeah,
I forgive you, mom and dad.
Yes.
Finally, after 25 years, I forgive
You're
you.
like me talking about it. I definitely forgive you guys. I see
It was
why
on
you
this
guys-
couch. I just now got it.
it was a little bit miscommunication. Next time, ask me how.
Oh my god, bro.
Next time, ask me how I feel before whooping my ass,
That's
please.
too much to ask. Mom.
Validate my feelings, man.
I'll be like, I know you're holding the belt right now, but ask why I'm sad and why I did it.
They ask why you're sad and they still beat you.
They're like, I took your feelings into consideration. I'm sorry.
You're still gonna get the
You need
beating.
this to let it out.
bro.
All right, well, I said what I want to say before we end this episode. Do you guys want to say anything?
We are definitely gonna have a part 2 of this episode for sure.
Yeah,
I feel
because
I feel like not everybody is done talking about this topic. So
I got a lot of things to say, but since we're like a new channel, I want our limit to be like a little over an hour or under 1 hour.
Yeah, that's good. Not
Yeah.
too much, not too less.
So, do you guys want to say anything before we end it?
Yeah, I just say thank you for everyone for opening up such a very deep,
Conversation.
conversation subject.
Uh, since we're really close to each other, for some people it's kind of hard to share it, but with you guys, it comes out naturally. Like, damn, my parents did this and did that. I'm not
Julius
supposed to.
is just over there like, oh, damn. Oh, this is coming out. Hold
I'm
on.
like, yeah, I got CPS called on me, bro. My mom was like, dude, you were never supposed to say that.
All right, how about you guys?
hopefully you guys got something entertaining, and hopefully this episode open up, good and bad memories, traumas, dramas, that you guys can relate to. So, Junior.
Just do better. What I always say is just do better for any mom and dads out there. Validate your kids' emotions, their
Yes.
feelings.
You don't have to be
Do-
100%.
Exactly. You're not, because
Perfect.
nobody's perfect.
do
Nobody's
what
perfect.
do what it takes to discipline your kids.
Whatever you think is the right way for you.
Yep,
Whatever you
exactly.
think is the right way for you.
Yeah,
'Cause-
there's going to be stuff that we talked about here that people are going to say like, oh, well, I'm not doing that. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
you're perfect or you're not perfect because, like I said, nobody here is perfect. There's just, I believe, some things that we should work on and just keep trucking.
yeah, because I mean,
Keep trucking.
Keep trucking. Thank you
You have
guys for
anything?
watching.
hold on. Because this is the youngest. So there's 3 of us, me, Jethro, and James. This is James, our youngest one.
And Jethro.
The one that did not get whooped.
Jethro.
What do you want to say before we end this episode?
Oh, spoiled child.
Living life. Thank you, Mom, for the car.
Yeah, she should have whooped his ass.
All right, I think it was a successful video.
You should have got
And
the metal part.
not
Yeah,
video,
well-
podcast.
Tell me what you think about this episode. Comment down there. Just
Like and
Like and
subscribe. Don't
subscribe.
forget.
yeah. I mean, if you guys even want to share your trauma, just you don't even have to say it out loud. This place could be your safe place. Put it down in a comment.
Or just
probably
give me
get
a call, man. You just we'll
we'll
talk it off, man.
Let me give you a post phone number.
If you're a girl only, I'm just.
All right, well,
Oh man.
we'll see you. We'll see you guys on the
Thank
next
you guys for
See
watching.
you
Well,
guys
hold
in the
on,
next
wait, hold on.
episode.
If you guys have any suggestion for like different episodes, like future episodes, just put it down in the comment. Whatever you guys wanna like, what do you think's a good topic for us to talk about? Then yeah, just put it down
We
in the
have
comment.
a couple topics that we can talk about.
Yeah.
For sure. That is way deeper than what we are talking about.
Well,
right
but
now, for
that's
sure.
the thing. This thing's not supposed to be deep.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be-
So
It's supposed to be funny, like how our
that's
parents
what
whoop our
I'm saying.
asses.
That's what I'm saying.
But we
So-
had some funny parts in there, like just,
yeah.
it was cool.
That's
It's the perfect balance.
exactly. That's what I was about to
Yeah.
say. And so if this is deep, then imagine the next episode. It's gonna be even deeper.
Yeah.
So
A
Well-
roller coaster full of emotions.
For sure,
real,
different
for
guests
real.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, different guests.
So, but then again, we just started. Baby. We're going for more.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
alrighty, guys.
Thanks, Dad and Mom.
See ya.
hopefully we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.